Hello there. What does your zodiac sign say about you? Watch this video and learn about the good, the bad, and the ugly of whatever zodiac sign you are lucky enough to be.
The stars were here many years before us, and they'll be here many years after we're gone. We study the stars so that you can be free to uncover mysteries and unlock your destiny.
Hello, and welcome to Masters of the Zodiac, where we explore astrology, uncover mysteries, and ultimately seek to help you unlock your destiny. This episode is the first in a series of videos which introduces you to what should be considered as the ABCs of astrology. These are the bare bones basics of astrology, and anyone who considers themselves to be a master of the zodiac should be somewhat knowledgeable about these specific aspects of astrology. You can't be called a master of the zodiac without mastering certain key concepts. These key concepts include zodiac signs, birth charts, and heavenly bodies like the sun, the moon, and the planets, plus the 12 houses through which all of these heavenly bodies move. Lastly, it's vitally important to understand where astrology came from historically. This is critical to understanding how it may or should fit into your own lifestyle today. But let's get started with the most basic aspect of astrology, which requires us to understand the most basic building blocks of astrology, which are the zodiac signs. Our first question would be, do you know how many zodiac signs there are? Well, the answer is that there are 12. So just like there are 12 months in a calendar year, there are also 12 signs in the zodiac. So you may feel like there's a new zodiac sign for each month, but zodiac signs do not exactly align to calendar months. For example, all Capricorns are not necessarily born in January. Some Capricorns just so happen to be born in December. And then there are some Aquarians who are born in January too. There are many ways you could learn about zodiac signs. However, truth be told, there's no better teacher than having had intimate experiences with each of the zodiac signs for yourself. These interactions could have occurred in your family relationships, your friendships, your school or work life relationships, and of course, romantic relationships whenever and wherever relevant. Depending on what you've learned previously about zodiac signs, you may also bring certain biases and prejudices to this new learning process. You are strongly encouraged to withhold your judgment for now. Take a step back while watching this video and truly assess whether or not what's being said about the given traits or qualities of a zodiac sign are true. It would also be to your benefit and the benefit of others who may wish to discern whether or not you are truly a master of the zodiac. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get on about this business of exploring astrology, uncovering mysteries, and unlocking destinies. Why are there 12 zodiac signs? Again, we must first know that there are 12 zodiac signs and that those signs occur in a natural order that aligns with the movement and positions of the stars in our nightly sky, as well as the rotation of the earth around the sun. These signs were first understood and interpreted thousands of years ago by our human ancestors who peered up into the night sky and discerned different figures and shapes made by the placement of the stars. Some shapes took on the forms of humans and animals, while others took on the form of inanimate objects such as a scale or an arrow. The natural order of the signs coincides with our seasons as the earth revolves around the sun. The first set of signs begins with every new spring. These are the signs of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. We then proceed into another set of signs as spring becomes summer. These signs are Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And then as summer transitions into fall, we are presented with the signs of Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Finally, as fall becomes winter, we close out the zodiac with the signs of winter, which are Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And thus, as winter transitions and brings us back again to spring, we arrive at a new year and begin a new cycle. So that's 3 signs per season, or 3 times 4 equals 12 zodiac signs in total. So, as we contemplate the orbit of the Earth around the Sun, we should consider that a full circular orbit, in terms of geometry, will have about 360 degrees. And oddly enough, as there are 360 degrees in a circle, our solar calendar year on average is 365 days. So the mathematics of 12 zodiac signs is pretty straightforward. 365 days divided by 12 signs roughly equates to our average calendar month of 30 days. So it adds up, it makes sense. Okay, so now we know that there are 12 signs, but what makes each sign special? What makes each zodiac sign unique? The answer is that there are hierarchies for which each sign has its own unique combination. Each sign has a unique definition, and we'd like to describe each sign as having a unique MEP mapping. That's MEP as in MEP, where the letter M stands for modality, E stands for element, and P stands for polarity. These are the hierarchies of modality, elements, and polarity, or the inward versus outward nature or yin and yang of a sign. You'll see that each sign has a unique MEP, and we're going to cover these details up front before diving down into the details of each sign individually. Let's begin with the modalities of zodiac signs relative to their seasons. What are the modalities of the 12 zodiac signs? The zodiac signs that begin each season are said to have a cardinal trait. These signs initiate a season and are said to be active and dynamic. Aries begins spring, Cancer begins summer, Libra begins fall, and Capricorn begins winter. These are the cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Zodiac signs that are centered in the middle of a season are said to have a fixed disposition. These signs are known to be stubborn and persistent, yet stable. Taurus is fixed in the middle of spring. Leo is fixed in the middle of the summer. Scorpio is fixed in the middle of fall. And Aquarius is fixed in the middle of winter. These are the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Lastly, zodiac signs that mark the end of a season are said to have a mutable quality. These signs are known to have an easygoing, adaptable, and versatile nature. Thus, Geminis are adaptably mutable at the end of spring. Virgos are adaptable and mutable at the end of summer. Sagittarius is adaptable and mutable at the end of fall. And Pisces is adaptable and mutable at the end of winter. These are the mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Those are the modalities of the zodiac. A zodiac sign may be cardinal, it may be fixed, or it may be mutable. What are the elements of the 12 zodiac signs? So now that we've covered the modalities of the signs, there's another hierarchy through which we can examine them. Over the course of centuries, the zodiac signs were categorized into 4 elements. The Western zodiac, we should say. These elements are fire, earth, air, and water. Fire signs are said to be enthusiastic and energetic, yet a bit impulsive. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The earth signs are said to be practical, but too conservative. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The air or wind signs are said to be smart, but a bit airy and indecisive. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Finally, there are the water signs that are said to be emotionally deep, but overprotective in certain regards and respects. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What are the polarities of the 12 zodiac signs? So we've covered the modalities of the zodiac signs: cardinal, fixed, and mutable. We've covered the elements: fire, earth, air, and water. The last hierarchy that we'll cover for your immediate consumption is the polarity of a sign. Think of polarity as the nature of a sign to either be inwardly focused or outwardly expressive. Think of it as the yin and yang of zodiac signs, if you will. Since a zodiac sign may typically be either one or the other, 6 signs are inwardly focused, yin signs, while the remaining 6 are outwardly expressive, yang signs. We could simply define polarity as whether a sign tends to be more extroverted and outwardly expressive versus being more introverted or inwardly focused. The more introverted and inwardly focused signs would be the yin of the yin and yang. These are our earth and water signs, or the even-numbered ordered signs. These are Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. The outwardly expressive signs are considered yang signs of the yin and yang. These are the fire and air signs or the odd numbered signs. These are Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. So there we have it. These are the three key hierarchies of zodiac elements: the modalities, the elements, and the polarities of being inwardly focused versus outwardly expressive. That is our map, our MEP. And each zodiac sign has a unique mapping. Now that we've established where all of the zodiac signs fit, we can go on about the business of specifically defining each one. We can now answer the question, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Let's have some fun as we look at the specific qualities of each sign in the zodiac. A typical calendar year begins on January 1st, New Year's Day. However, for zodiac signs, a zodiac new year begins on the first day of spring. And so for that reason, the first day of a zodiac new year is March 21st. And this is where our countdown begins. Let's count them down. Aries, what does your zodiac sign say about you? If you were born any time or any day between March 21st and April 19th, then you would have been born under the sign of Aries, the ram, the first sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be an Aries? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being an Aries? Here's a basic summary of Aries. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, meaning that Aries initiates the spring season in a cardinal manner with the energy and enthusiasm that only a fire sign can bring. As a fire sign, Aries polarity tends to be more outwardly expressive than inwardly focused. If we were to summarize Aries with a simple phrase, we could best describe Aries as the brave catalyst. The good of Aries is that your sign is energetically courageous, while the bad and ugly of your sign is that you may be impulsively abrupt from time to time. In terms of the human body, the Aries sign is characterized by the head, the top of the body, as it is the first of the zodiac signs. If Aries were to be represented by a color, then it is said that color would be vivid red. That's Aries, the ram, the brave catalyst, polarized to being more outwardly expressive than inwardly focused. The one and only cardinal fire sign in the zodiac. That is Aries. Taurus, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between April 20th and May 20th. If you were born anywhere between April 20th and May 20th, then you would have been born under the sign of Taurus, the bull, the second sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Taurus? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Taurus? Well, here's a basic summary. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. This means that Taurus's position is stabilized and fixed in the middle of the spring season. Taurus is fixed there and resistant to change, but Taurus is fixed with the dependability and practicality that only an earth sign can bring. As an earth sign, Taurus's polarity tends to be more inwardly focused than outwardly expressive. If we were to summarize Taurus with a simple phrase, we could best describe Taurus as the stable centralist. The good of Taurus is that your sign's personality trait is dependably stable. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be inflexibly stubborn from time to time. In terms of the human body, Taurus is represented by the neck and throat. If Taurus were to be represented by a palette of colors, it is said that those colors would be light browns and light greens, earthy colors that might remind you of the beige colors of the sand on the beach. That's Taurus, the bull, the stable centralist, polarized to being more inwardly focused than outwardly expressive, the one and only fixed earth sign of the zodiac. That is Taurus. Gemini, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between May 21st and June 20th. If you were born anywhere between May 21st and June 20th, then you would have been born under the sign of Gemini, the twins, the third sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Gemini? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Gemini? Here's a basic summary. Gemini is a mutable air sign. This means that Gemini's position is adaptable and versatile as the spring season comes to a close in preparation for summer. Gemini is adaptable and versatile, but with the communicative verbosity that an air sign can bring. In slang, Gemini likes to run their mouths. As an air sign, Gemini's polarity tends to be more outwardly expressive than inwardly focused. If we were to summarize Gemini with a simple phrase, we could best describe Gemini as the curious communicator. The good of Gemini is that your sign's personality trait is very witty. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be carelessly superficial from time to time. In terms of the human body, Gemini is represented by the upper limbs, the hands, the arms, and the shoulders, and internally, the lungs. It makes sense that the symmetry of Gemini twins aligns with twin sets of limbs and the set of two lungs that we have in our bodies, and the upper limbs are very useful in conveying information and communications as well. If Gemini were to be represented by a color, then it is said that color would be bright yellow, very eye-catching and captivating, like the color of bananas, or some might say crazy. That's Gemini. The twins, the curious communicator, polarized to being more outwardly expressive and verbal than inwardly focused and mental. The one and only mutable air sign of the zodiac. That is Gemini. Cancer, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between June 21st and July 22nd. If you were born anywhere between June 21st and July 22nd, then you would have been born under the sign of Cancer, the crab, or the crab as visualized by crab claws, the fourth sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Cancer? What's the good, the bad, and ugly of being a Cancer? Well, here's a basic summary. Cancer is a cardinal water sign, meaning that Cancer initiates the summer season in a cardinal manner, with the deep emotional sensibilities and sensitivity that only a water sign can bring. As a water sign, Cancer's polarity tends to be more inwardly focused than outwardly expressive. If we were to summarize Cancer with a simple phrase, we could best describe Cancer as the loyal nurturer. The loyal nurturer. The good of Cancer is that your sign's personality trait is very empathetic and nurturing. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be too moody from time to time. In terms of the human body, Cancer is represented by the front torso, which includes the stomach, the abdominal region, up to your chest, your breast. So if Cancer were to be represented by a color, it is said that color would be shimmering silver, like the shimmering silver ripples that one might see on the waves of water, thus making this color ideal for a water sign. That's Cancer, the crab or the crab's claws, the loyal nurturer, polarized to being more inwardly focused than outwardly expressive, the one and only cardinal water sign of the zodiac. That is Cancer. Leo, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between July 23rd and August 22nd. If you were born anywhere between July 23rd and August 22nd, then you would have been born under the sign of Leo, the lion, the fifth sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Leo? What's the good and the bad and the ugly of being a Leo? Here's a basic summary of Leo. Leo is a fixed fire sign. This means that Leo's position is stabilized and fixed in the middle of the summer season. Leo's fixed there and persistent with the eagerness and enthusiasm that only a fire sign can bring. As a fire sign, Leo's polarity tends to be more outwardly expressive and mouthy than inwardly focused and mental. If we were to summarize Leo with a simple phrase, we could best describe Leo as the creative performer. The good of Leo is that your sign's personality trait is very expressive. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be a bit too egomaniacal from time to time. That's right, you can be an egomaniac. In terms of the human body, Leo is represented by the heart, the upper back, and the spine. Leo, the lion, definitely is full of heart. If Leos were to be represented by a color, then it is said that color would be golden orange, emblematic of the shining sun, and fiery, as is the nature of Leo being a fire sign. That's Leo, the lion, the creative performer, polarized to being more outwardly expressive and verbal than inwardly focused and mental, the one and only fixed fire sign of the zodiac. That's Leo. Virgo, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between August 23rd and September 22nd. If you were born anywhere between August 23rd and September 22nd, then you would have been born under the sign of Virgo, the Virgin Vixen, the sixth sign of the Zodiac. What does it mean to be a Virgo? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Virgo? Here's a basic summary. Virgo is a mutable earth sign. This means that Virgo's position is adaptable and versatile as the summer season comes to a close in preparation for the fall. Virgo is adaptable and versatile, but with the practicality and dependability that only an earth sign can bring. As an earth sign, Virgo's polarity tends to be more inwardly focused and mental than outwardly expressive and verbal. If we were to summarize Virgo with a simple phrase, we could best describe Virgo as the thoughtful analyst. The good of Virgo is that your sign's personality trait is very organized. The bad and the ugly of your sign is that you can be too perfectionistic from time to time. In terms of the human body, Virgo is represented by the intestines and the nervous system. Yes, that makes sense given that the thoughtful analyst needs to process things and is very aware of their reactions to different stimuli. If Virgo were to be represented by a palette of colors, then it is said that those colors would be dark blues and grays. Being an analyst requires that you're able to see shades of gray and not simply boil things down to black or white. That's Virgo, the Virgin Vixen, the thoughtful analyst, polarized to be more inwardly focused and mental than outwardly expressive and verbal. The one and only mutable earth sign of the Zodiac. That is Virgo. Libra, what does your Zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the Zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between September 23rd and October 22nd. If you were born anywhere between September 23rd and October 22nd, then you would have been born under the sign of Libra, the scales of balance, the seventh sign of the Zodiac. What does it mean to be a Libra? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Libra? Here's a basic summary. Libra is a cardinal air sign, meaning that Libra initiates the fall season in a cardinal manner with the cooperative and charming sensibilities that only an air sign can bring. As an air sign, Libra's polarity tends to be more outwardly expressive and verbal than inwardly focused and mental. If we were to summarize Libra with a simple phrase, we could best describe Libra as the charming tastemaker. The good of Libra is that your sign's personality is predicated on the pursuit of worldly refinement. The bad and ugly of your sign is that in the midst of your pursuit, you can be very indecisive from time to time. In terms of the human body, Libra is represented by the lower back and the glutes. It kind of makes sense when you think of the lower back and glutes as being the center balance of the body. It aligns with Libra's symbol of the balanced scales. If Libra were to be represented by a palette of colors, then it is said that those colors would be light blue and pastels. Again, worldly refinement is key in those color choices. That's Libra, the scales of balance, the charming tastemaker, polarized to being more outwardly expressive and verbal than inwardly focused and mental, the one and only cardinal air sign of the Zodiac. That is Libra. Scorpio, what does your Zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the Zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between October 23rd and November 21st. If you were born anywhere between October 23rd and November 21st, then you would have been born under the sign of Scorpio, the Scorpion, the eighth sign of the Zodiac. What does it mean to be a Scorpio? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Scorpio? Here's a basic summary. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. This means that Scorpio's position is stabilized and fixed in the middle of the fall season with the deep emotional sensibilities that only a water sign can bring. As a water sign, Scorpio's polarity tends to be more inwardly focused and mental than outwardly expressive and verbal. If we were to summarize Scorpio with a simple phrase, we could best describe Scorpio as the idealistic transformer. The good of Scorpio is that your sign's personality trait is intimately and innately intense and passionate. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be destructively obsessive from time to time. In terms of the human body, Scorpio is represented by the private parts and reproductive organs. And for that reason, we'll limit discussion of certain aspects on this channel. There may be other channels available for that on YouTube. Scorpio is considered the sign of transformation that comes through the life cycle of birth to death regeneration. So the body parts are appropriate. If Scorpio were to be represented by a palette of colors, then it is said that those colors would be crimson red and black, the crimson red signifying the color of blood. That's Scorpio, the scorpion, the idealistic transformer, polarized to be more inwardly focused and mental than outwardly expressive and verbal. The one and only fixed water sign of the zodiac, that is Scorpio. Sagittarius, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born any time or any day between November 22nd and December 21st. If you were born anywhere between November 22nd and December 21st, then you would have been born under the sign of Sagittarius, the archer centaur, the ninth sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Sagittarius? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Sagittarius? Here's a basic summary. Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. This means that Sagittarius' position is adaptable and versatile as the fall season comes to a close in preparation for the winter. Sagittarius is adaptable and versatile with the optimism and enthusiasm that only a fire sign can bring. As a fire sign, Sagittarius' polarity tends to be more outwardly expressive and verbal than inwardly focused and mental. If we were to summarize Sagittarius with a simple phrase, we could best describe Sagittarius as the optimistic adventurer. The good of Sagittarius is that your sign's personality trait tends to be positive and inspiring to others. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be recklessly honest from time to time. In terms of the human body, Sagittarius is represented by the hips and thighs. That sounds about right, as Sagittarius tends to be constantly on the move and on the go. Their hips move quickly with constant action. If Sagittarius were to be represented by a color, then it is said that that color would be purple. Purple does give off an aura of royal explorations, which Sagittarius indulges in taking. That's Sagittarius, the archer centaur, the optimistic adventurer, polarized to being more outwardly expressive than inwardly focused, the one and only mutable fire sign of the zodiac. That is Sagittarius. Capricorn, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between December 22nd and January 19th. If you were born anywhere between December 22nd and January 19th, then you would have been born under the sign of Capricorn, the sea goat, or the goat with the fish's tail, the 10th sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Capricorn? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Capricorn? Here's a basic summary. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. This means that Capricorn initiates the winter season in a cardinal manner with the practicality and conservative nature that only an earth sign can bring. As an earth sign, Capricorn's polarity tends to be more inwardly focused and mental than outwardly expressive and verbal. If we were to summarize Capricorn with a simple phrase, we could best describe Capricorn as the steady structurer. Capricorn loves structure and is innately conservative. So the good of Capricorn is that your sign's personality trait tends to be very well disciplined. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be too restrained from time to time. So in terms of the human body, Capricorn is represented by the bones and the joints. Capricorn is the skeletal infrastructure of the entire body, which is why structure is a key aspect of their personality. If Capricorn were to be represented by a palette of colors, then it is said that those colors would be dark greens and browns, very earthy, forest-like colors. That's Capricorn, the sea goat, the steady structurer, polarized to being more inwardly focused than outwardly expressive, the one and only cardinal earth sign of the zodiac. That is Capricorn. Aquarius, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Up next, we have the zodiac sign for people born anytime or any day between January 20th and February 18th. If you were born anywhere between January 20th and February 18th, then you would have been born under the sign of Aquarius, the water bearer or water carrier, the 11th sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be an Aquarius? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being an Aquarius? Here's a basic summary. Aquarius is a fixed air sign. This means that the position of Aquarius is stabilized and fixed in the middle of the winter season. So Aquarius can be willful and persistent while having the benefits of intellect and abstract thinking that only an air sign can bring. As an air sign, Aquarius's polarity tends to be more outwardly expressive and verbal than inwardly focused and mental. If we were to summarize Aquarius with a simple phrase, we could best describe Aquarius as the friendly futurist. I'd also describe them as being quite quirky. The good of Aquarius is that your sign's personality trait is very much friendly, community-oriented, and future-oriented, and ready to adopt innovations that present themselves. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be a bit too detached from time to time. In terms of the human body, Aquarius is represented by the ankles and the shins beneath the knee. Also, the internal veins and the arteries also are represented by Aquarius. How may we appreciate the ankles and shins in relation to Aquarius? We may choose to think of it like this. If an Aquarius injures or sprains their ankles, they'll just keep on walking. They'll just keep on going, and they'll do whatever they need to do to achieve whatever their goal may be in terms of getting where they need to go, because an Aquarius is not going to be stopped, and that is to be celebrated. If Aquarius were to be represented by a color, then it is said that that color will be a glowing and a luminous blue, the shade of blue you might witness if a lightning strike were to streak across a dark blue sky. It would be electric and futuristic looking. That's Aquarius, the water bearer, the friendly futurist, polarized to being more outwardly expressive than inwardly focused. The one and only fixed air sign of the zodiac, that is Aquarius. Pisces, what does your zodiac sign say about you? Finally, we've reached the last sign of the zodiac. For this last sign of the zodiac, we have the sign for people born anywhere or any day between February 19th and March 20th. If you were born anywhere between February 19th and March 20th, then you would have been born under the sign of Pisces, the fish, the 12th and final sign of the zodiac. What does it mean to be a Pisces? What's the good, the bad, and the ugly of being a Pisces? Here's a basic summary. Pisces is a mutable water sign. This means that Pisces' position is adaptable and versatile as the winter season comes to a close in preparation for spring, and a brand new zodiac cycle begins. Pisces is adaptable and versatile, but with the deep and abiding emotional sensibilities that only a water sign can bring. As a water sign, Pisces' polarity tends to be more inwardly focused and mental than outwardly expressive and verbal. If we were to summarize Pisces with a simple phrase, we could best describe Pisces as the compassionate dreamer. The good of Pisces is that your sign's personality trait is very dreamy and imaginative. The bad and ugly of your sign is that you can be dangerously impressionable from time to time. In terms of the human body, Pisces is represented by the feet, the bottom of the human body. I've never quite understood why that's the case, as one might expect the feet to be grounded and earthly, but perhaps we can allude to a notion of compassion through the feet and a person's shoes. The link being that a true act of compassion requires that we walk in someone else's shoes to truly know them and understand them, know what they're about. Perhaps that might be an explanation that would work. If Pisces were to be represented by a palette of colors, then it is said that those colors would be blue, green, and lavender. Those colors might remind you of a seascape where you might find fish abundantly. In that way, it kind of makes sense. That's Pisces, the fish, the compassionate dreamer, polarized to being more inwardly focused than outwardly expressive. The one and only mutable water sign of the zodiac, that is Pisces. Well, there you have it, a complete rundown, countdown of all the 12 zodiac signs. As a special gift to help you master the zodiac, we like to share mnemonic tools from time to time. If you ever need to recall the 12 zodiac signs, just think of this short arbitrary phrase. Aries, Gem Can, Libra, Sco, Sag, Capricorn, Pisces.
That's Aries for Aries, Ta for Taurus, Gem for Gemini, Can for Cancer, Li for Leo, Vir for Virgo, Lib for Libra, Sco for Scorpio, Sag for Sagittarius, Cap for Capricorn, Aqua for Aquarius, and Pisces for Pisces.
Again, that's Aries, Gem Can, Libra, Sco, Sag, Capricorn, Pisces. It rhymes. Hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please share, comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. We want to invite you to continue this odyssey of understanding the keys to astrology. The next video up is What Do the Planets Say About You? An intro to planets, houses, and birth charts. Don't miss it. And as always, we want to encourage you to visit our website at mzods.com for free reports that are specifically tailored to you and designed to meet your needs. Just sign up at mzods.com to receive your free report today. And by signing up, you'll also be eligible for special contests, prizes, and giveaways that may occur from time to time. So don't miss out. Stop waiting. Start doing. At Masters of the Zodiac, we track the best of the best astrologers and apps that are available. If you've had a great experience with an astrologer or an astrology app, let us know. If you've had a bad or horrible experience, let us know. Drop comments here or on YouTube, or drop them at mzods.com, where you'll find a treasure trove of insights and reviews about the best astrologers and astrology apps on the market. And also, don't forget to show your Zodiac pride. You'll find some of the best gear to let the world know exactly who you are based on your Zodiac sign. Yes, visit our online store at mzods.com for the best Zodiac swag on the internet, and check back periodically for the latest updates. So until next time, please stay safe and have an excellent journey on this adventure that we call life. Until next time, I'm Brian LeVar, and this is Masters of the Zodiac.
Follow Brian on Instagram and Twitter at BRYLAVAR.